The following actual play is a horror game intended for mature adults only. It contains themes of violence, death, insanity, and homophobia. Jack and the Swift Sunrise team do not condone or endorse these views. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jack Squarepeg and the Swift Sunrise. I am the aforementioned Jack, and above me, as always, is my team, the Swift Sunrise, without which this whole show would be nothing. So let's start right from the left on the stream. We can see Nick, you are first. Who are you, and who are you playing today?
I'm Nick. I'm semi-regular on Jack's channel. I'm a bit like herpes at this point.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm playing Anthony Novenzano, better known as Tony the Nose.
Tony the Nose. Yep. Why is he called that?
I think he's got quite a small
Probably
nose.
a pun on his last name. but the fact that he had a massive honker didn't hurt as far as the story goes. And what is Tony the Nose, please? What is his profession? Is he a mailman?
He's a hitman
Oh.
for the family.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I wonder what these reputable people. Western 94, Tony the Nose, how you doing? Yeah, honestly, you can talk through this, and you can probably be fairly certain that you got the right idea. So, friend, it is your friend. I recognize him. He's a boss. Thanks for being here again, Wester. Well, good to see you. David, you're the next in line. Who are you? What would you like to shill, if anything? And who are you playing today?
So, I'm David Waldron. You can see a lot of my stuff under my podcast title, Tales from Rat City. And you might check out some of my Call of Cthulhu adventures, a lot of which are set in historical Australia under a drive-through RPG. Just look at, David Waldron there in the Miskatonic repository.
Yep.
And I'm playing Mikey Caruso. And Mikey Caruso, he's an associate and a totally respectable businessman.
That's what they tell their families when they get old enough. Just like, you in the mafia? I'm a respectable businessman, and I don't appreciate this line of questioning. Okay, amazing. Piggles, who are you and who are you playing today?
Hi everyone, I'm Piggles. You also have me hanging around occasionally on Jack's channel like a bad smell. Not quite like an
Glad to have you.
like Tony. Sorry, Nick, I was looking at your name. I am playing Salvatore Positano, so Sally P to everyone. And Sally is also a very respectable businessman. Nice suit, slicked back hair, thinning because Sally's getting a little old now. But it's a very respectable man, but doesn't wear a tie because he's still got working class roots.
Indeed. And Tuki, aka Vixen, who are you and who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Veronica, also known as TurquoiseVixen. You can sometimes find me here on Jack's channel, otherwise don't look for me. Today I'm playing Dominic Tuki Calvalcante. That's my guess.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, continue. What does Tuki look like, and what is their position?
Well, Tuki is a amazing hitman. He's great. He's totally a sweetie. No, not at all.
Yep. Yep. Amazing. Alrighty. So, we open with a car not unlike the one you see on stream, driving through the winter snow. It is a day in December. It is 1982. You guys are all part or associated with the same family, aka this thing of ours, or La Costa Nostra, if you will. Wind and snow have picked up, I'll do this properly. Wind and snow have picked up in New York's Hudson Valley as the big black Cadillac roars north into the teeth of the storm. 4 men are in the passenger cabin. The atmosphere in the car is tense despite the fact that Christmas 1982 is only a few weeks away. This is no holiday visit. The trunk contains no gifts, just a package that they hope to deliver as quickly and as discreetly as possible. The weather, at least as far as not being caught, is on their side. The radio predicts a nor'easter, the first of the season, which is a sort of storm, I'm guessing. I'm not that educated. Bringing heavy, wet snow down tonight. There won't be many other cars on the road with them. This is good. These men prefer to be unseen. They're used to evading nosy authorities, and they're thankful for all the help they can get. Lying in the trunk is the body of a drug dealer named Cervantes. Now, if you don't have that written down, that's spelled how it sounds, which isn't very helpful, so I'll spell it out. Cervantes, Cervantes. He was killed to make sure there were no loose ends to connect back to these men or who they work for. Tonight's journey will take them to a small motel in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York to dispose of the body. After that, they can all go their separate ways. Unless, of course, something prevents that. So, we actually have a situation here where at the front seat we have Sally P. We have next to him Tony, and in the back, in whatever seat you like, we've got the rest of them. So, starting with Sally, and then with Tony, and then whoever wants to step up, can you describe your character, Sally P, and what is going through their mind, please, as you grip the steering wheel? And in addition, I actually have a question for you. What was it that you just witnessed? I'd say about 10 minutes into your journey. What happened before you got in this car?
Okay, let me think about that as I describe everything else. So we're just in the car. Sally's going through his head. Right, I've got the ice pick in the back. I've got the shovel. Have I got the pickaxe in case I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's 4 of us. It's okay. We'll make it work. I think just so that's what's going through his head at the moment. He's stressed, but he's thinking ahead because this is what Sally does. Sally does the things that he has to do to make his life work. Like so his family can have a nice life, so that he sets
He's already like late 40s or some such, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's a bigger guy, slicked, dark, almost black hair, and it's thinning as well. So like it's receding back a little bit too. Mm-hmm. He's always dressed in really nice suits. Like I said, he's a businessman as well. So really nice suits, always very high end, good quality. So he's obviously making some money, or at least seems to be. But he never wears a tie. He's dealt with people too many ways to risk wearing one himself in the business that he's in. So he's never been caught dead wearing one. He's learned that lesson very, very early on. But
gotcha.
He's not objecting to like a gold chain or 2 around his neck. But gold's quite soft. You can deal with that to a point.
Absolutely.
In terms of what he saw,
you and Tony together, right?
Yeah. So me and Tony together. So Tony the nose. So Tony strangled our good friend here.
The ice pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, with our ice pick, yeah.
Sorry, that would be the term for the stiff, the popsicle, if you will.
Oh yes. Yeah. So so the thing that we've seen recently is, well, it's our dude in the trunk, our pet lovely baby.
Amazing. And Tony, you are sitting next to Sally. Now, based on what Sally has said, Sally is thinking ahead. I would like to know what is going through your mind, because you did not expect these two gentlemen in the back. And they are riding behind you.
Given the line of work that Tony does for the family, he's uncomfortable having a man behind him.
Sure.
But Sally P is like a brother to me. He had a problem, he needed my help, I helped. Now, I'm a lean and wiry man of 32 years. Slick back, black hair. I have a big hawk-like nose. Shocking. But I always dress well. Leather sport coat, open shirt, gold chains.
Okay. So, what's on your mind presently? What's going through your mind is this? Because if you've got suspicions, what is going through your mind, and what might be your next course of action, if any? Because right now, you're kind of in a Mexican standoff, if indeed what's happening, if what you think is happening is happening.
Tony's a bit worried that as far as he was aware, this was a private matter him and Sally were dealing with.
Yeah.
How the other two?
More importantly, you've kind of there's you don't like a lot of things can be said about the mafia, but you don't kill willy-nilly, right? This person was the only connection to the Black Lotus drug, which Sally got a corner of the market on. You became aware that the Black Lotus drug was becoming something that Big Paulie, one of your competitors, Don of another family, was not very pleased about, and got into the ear of your boss, whose name escapes me, but I think it's there in the Discord chat somewhere. Got into the ear of your boss that this was too much of a risk, which has a degree of truth. Narcotics is what really has put you guys, all of you, in the position that you're currently in. More people in this stage, in this story, and in real history, more people are willing to rat on each other than do the time. I apologize. I just hit the microphone with my only chunky ring that I got, which incidentally is a Miskatonic University ring. There you go. Which is a Call of Cthulhu reference. Yes. What is on your mind, and what is your plan of action, if anything, or is it just wait and see sort of thing?
At the moment, it's just sort of waiting to see what's going to happen. He's playing his cards very close to the chest, hoping they reveal first.
Okay. Give me a psychology check, I'll say.
Regular success.
Okay. We cut to, as you look in the rearview mirror, at Tuki. Tuki, you are very quick to avoid eye contact with Tony. And there's a reason for that. Tony is your friend. Tony is a friend of yours. You did not expect Tony to be here. Tony is loyal to Sally. And Sally is the one that you've been sent to kill. Could you describe Tuki for me, please? And what's on their mind?
Tuki is a very large man, whose hair probably as black as night, slicked back, and has a glorious goatee. Of course he does. He wears sunglasses even at...
Which I think is like used to kind of define where the chin actually is.
Yeah,
from memory,
yeah.
8 of them.
He needs it. You see he's wearing sunnies. Wears them at night. Like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two kinds of people who wear sunglasses at night: assholes and the blind. And he's not blind.
Well, we got the Blues Brothers, but they probably called me
Stand
assholes.
back.
Sorry.
Very entertaining. Not the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his black suit is a little bit loose.
Good to know. So, what is on your mind currently with that information that I've given you? What is the plan? Because you've got two big problems. One is Tony is there. Two is if you shank, or garrot is more likely, Sally right now, you may kill yourselves.
Yeah.
This is an extremely bad weather night, which is good for not getting caught, but not so good for not dying if you get caught in a slick. Incidentally, you are still in NYC. You are heading to Cairo. This journey normally would take about 2.5 hours. Probably going to take a lot longer. So with that in mind, what would be on his mind, if anything? You did see Tony kind of shoot a look in and made eye contact with you, and you've looked down at your shoes. You can't help but feel a little guilty.
Sure.
He's your friend.
Mm.
And he'll probably have to go with him. Tony's not going to just let it happen. So, with that in mind, what would you be doing? Or think.
Knowing it's too much. Yeah, knowing it's too much of a risk right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna wait and see and. Probably thinking of ways to go about this, but can't quite land on something that works.
Okay.
At least not in the current situation.
Okay then. It is also worth noting that you are taking Mikey with you. Your plan was for Mikey to be the one to pull the trigger, because he has been an asset to the family, an absolute gun, pun intended. It's actually, no, that wouldn't be true. He's gotten himself, and he's been extremely useful to the family, but he has not made a kill.
Yes.
And you have exactly right. So you've been in the ear of your boss, and you've gotten approval to become what's called a made man. And what that means is Mikey is currently what's called an associate, which is useful for members of the family. Can you tell I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to gangsters? Maybe a little. But it's useful when it comes to the family because they can deny, they have plausible deniability. Associates make the world go round. But Mikey has been extremely useful and, more importantly, likable. And everyone is a fan of him. You've gotten in the ears of your boss. Did we find the name of the boss? Because I can't leave Discord.
Paulie.
No, Big Paulie is the competitor. There's another.
Tony Tomasino.
No, Tony the Tiger Tomasino is the enemy.
Tony the Tiger and your boss.
Yeah, Big Polly Provenzano is our boss.
Understood. So yes, anyway, with all that said, this has gotten very complicated, and Mikey was the one who's meant to pull the trigger. Now, these guys aren't going to go down without a fight. Tony in particular, he's your friend, but more importantly, you know what he can do. He is not going to just lay down and die. So, with that said, as you exchange a look with Mikey, David, could you describe Mikey for me and what's going through his head, please? And keep in mind that as far as what your characters have in the background, and what they may or may not know, we will keep that under the hood for now. So even though we're delving into your thoughts, we'll keep the deep dark secrets for later. So with that in mind, what is Mikey thinking?
So Mikey's pretty young and enthusiastic, and unlike me, they describe him as mid-20s and athletic.
Sure.
It's a long time since I've had either of those. but he has slicked back hair. He's wearing a leather sports coat, which I've managed to obtain, and a shirt opened down quite a way. I think Mikey, he's quite enthusiastic. He's also a bit nervous. He tries a bit hard, but I think that enthusiasm has made him likable to people. I think he looks at Pookie as a bit of a mentor figure.
Okay.
And at the moment, he's having a bit of a wonder of what's this all about. He's following the lead of more experienced people in the family, and he's paying close attention, trying to get a sense of what's going on and what he's in for.
Amazing. Yep, absolutely. Okay, give me one moment, please, guys. I'm going to absolutely very quickly just get my phone because I left it elsewhere, because that's the only way I can communicate to you guys remotely. So entertain the audience. Tell them that joke you know.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with a W. Keep in mind, everyone, we're driving through snow.
Window.
Yeah, I'm taking window, white, shit, anything.
Oh, same me on W. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I can see I've gotten a message. Stand by. It's a game of secrets, chat, so occasionally I might just stop. Yeah. Vixen was just showing her approval. Which is good.
Thanks. Thank you.
Did I lie? What did I do? Yeah, you like
Supposed to be.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so, Mikey, just reiterate for me, just because I just want to get back into the moment. Could you reiterate what you were saying?
So, Mikey, he's young and enthusiastic. He looks up to Pookie as a bit of a mentor. He's trying to prove himself, but it gives him a bit of youthful enthusiasm that other people like. He's also, not sure what this is all about. He's watching closely, hoping he can try and, prove himself and, get into people's good graces, but not in a obsequious way. He's just trying to be helpful. Yep. So he's sitting back, he's watching closely, he's studying everything very carefully.
Amazing. As you look around... Okay, actually, here's a question. Tookie, do you think you've told Mikey about what the plan is? In terms of... I mean, it seems like you would, but I'm curious.
I think
That's
I've mainly hinted at it.
Oh, okay.
I've mainly been like, it's time you prove yourself, and
Right. Okay.
Mikey should know what that means.
Yeah, so Mikey's very excited and looking forward. He's having a bit of a finger of his revolver that he's got hidden in his jacket pocket.
Tony, you immediately clock that. You don't need to roll for that. I think you'd know. So you hear that.
It's, fiddling way, almost like a fidget spinner.
Yeah. Yep. In that respect, as this is happening, real quick, Tony, I'm going to give you a chance to do anything in particular, because you definitely hear the sound of, like, rustling of clothing. What would you be doing with that?
I think, Tony keeps his actually on his hip and just gonna gesture and pull his jacket back a little bit.
Okay. All right. Can I get...
Nice to see you.
All right. Give me a... What would this be? I assume you're trying to do this subtly. So could I get a stealth check from you and a spot hidden check from Tookie and Mikey, please?
Okay, what do I roll for this?
So this is Vixen's first time playing Call of Cthulhu. So what you do is you roll a D100, which is a two-sided D10 and a single-sided D10, and you roll them together. And your spot hidden is in the skill list at the bottom of the first page, and it's alphabetical. So it's a perception check, essentially.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you roll them together, and you want to get under the skill number. that you have there.
Okay. Yeah. 37.
Which is a... Did you get under spot hidden?
So the first number is your regular.
Yeah.
To get under it is your regular one. All the other ones just make the success more successful.
Yeah, just the biggest number.
Okay.
for spot
Yeah,
hidden.
I'm under the regular.
Okay, so what is your spot hidden? What is the number next to spot hidden?
For regular, it's 55.
55. Okay, so yes, that would be what's called a regular success. If you'll notice that there's numbers next to it, they're levels of success. So it's under, 1/2, and 1/5, which equates to regular, hard, and extreme.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I will try to remember this.
It's all good. I'll remind you, worst case scenario. So you succeeded. How did Mikey do?
Mikey got 86. Mikey got 86. He is a total fail, and he's got sidetracked thinking about, and that's 82, so Stevie next.
Yeah, okay, amazing. Nice. Yeah. And how did you go with your stealth check there, Tony? Regular. Okay. So I'm going to err on the side of Tony, which is to set mostly because you've got a chair between you. So if you both have a regular, you're just kind of stretching a little bit, and you've just moved your jacket into a better position. You don't have your hands on the weapon, and technically no one does. Mikey, you do drift off, but as your thoughts are filled with a scantily dressed rock singer, it then turns to your childhood. Just one of those random memories, the type of memory that is just a completely normal day when you're a kid that you forget about until it just kind of comes up. You know what I mean? In this memory, you are 8 years old, playing in a little league baseball game. It's a beautiful summer evening. The kind where like fireflies just begin to come out and stuff. In the suburbs, in Forest Hills, where you used to grow up. It's bottom of the 6th, and there's one player on base. You are up at bat with 2 outs. And you remember, this is your first home run that you're thinking of. You remember working at batting practice, the batting cages, with your dad for weeks. You remember taking a deep breath and looking to the stands. You remember locking eyes with your dad. What does your dad look like?
I think my dad was quite a strong, tall man, but he had an injury from the Second World War fighting at Monte Cassino, and he had a bit of a limp on him. He was quite a quiet, gentle man for all that he was, tall and imposing, and worked hard, but was never really able to sort of get ahead.
Do you remember him having a face?
I believe I remember him having a face, yes, a white sort of semi-long beard.
There's no face in this memory.
Let's see.
It's your dad's body, but the face is an empty void with barely perceptible motes of light swirling in it. And you hear a voice. Kill them, and you can be free of the... I would like you to make a sanity check, please.
Yeah, already love it.
So that's a pass. It's 28 under 50.
You only lose 1 point of sanity. You hold it in, but your hand slips off the gun that you're toying with, and you realize it's because your hand is wet with sweat. Tuki, I think you notice this, and you would have your own assumptions about why that is. Why he's suddenly a little wetter. What would you say or do?
I don't think Tuki wants to really let anything be known. So probably just like taps his foot across to just like sort of let Mikey know I'm right here. I am right here.
So you're reaching over with your foot and just giving him like a tap on the foot?
Yeah, just to, I guess, ground him.
Sure. As you do that, you feel a vibration in the car's floor, Mikey, and this is before you look down and you see that Tuki's foot is mid-motion towards you, but it was not the cause.
You got any senses that like going over corrugations or?
Oh, you're still in suburbs. Like, if anything, it's kind of slightly slick on occasion where the car's going. But other than that,
Yeah, I'm not presuming nothing mechanical. I'm not feeling anything mechanical with the car, like
Nope. You feel a vibration, a distinct one. Like,
on the floor.
yep.
Oh, okay. And I know about the body in the boot.
Yeah. That was the original reason. You're here to help move the body.
So he's being strangled. So I'm gonna be like,
Up in the trunk.
hey, Tony, you sure that guy's dead? I'm hearing banging from the trunk of the car.
Oh, he's dead.
Dung, 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 dung,
Hear that?
dung. Mikey feels it.
Tony?
You guys do not. But you're certain now. It's like, this guy's fucking alive. He's alive, and he might be making sounds that people will hear. You're in suburbia. He could be opening the boot right now. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna go look over my shoulder and take a good look at the trunk.
You see the trunk? It is, it would actually be snowed over, so you can't tell. Through the window. Yeah.
All right. Well, at this point, I don't want to rock the boat. I'm just gonna keep an eye and see if it's getting worse.
It is. Dude. It's bad.
Oh, like Piggy, you don't hear that? You don't hear that banging and thumping from the trunk?
You're okay, Mikey.
Just, I thought I heard something. Maybe the body's rocking about in the trunk. He's, sliding around or something.
You're pretty sure you're hearing this, like, some clicks now, Mikey. Like the gear, the lock. If this guy is alive and he's opening the boot, you're fucked. You're all fucked. What are you doing?
I'm sure I'm hearing. Can we just pull over somewhere good and we'll go and have a check just to make sure?
Sally?
Pull over. In the middle of the boats. Are you kidding?
Yeah, find a dark spot. Like, is there a park or something?
Actually, what time of day is it?
7 p.m.
No.
About
Okay.
7:20, something like that. Yeah.
So I was just gonna go. Can anyone else hear what he's hearing?
It's
losing it. But
not specifically, but like it's one of those things that, like, I think under the circumstances, this is all happening within like seconds, right? And
Like-
your instincts would probably be either you're going to ignore him or you're going to stop. So which one would it be?
So I was just gonna give like a really big sigh and just.
Okay.
Tony,
let's just show him the
I'm
body.
gonna pull over outside of the street lamps.
That's fine.
Just go and check the trunk.
You've traveled
Sure.
far enough that it's relatively easy to find a quiet space. So give me a drive check, please, as you begin to get into position. Now, keep in mind, Sally doesn't seem to understand what's going on, but Tony, for all you know, this is the moment.
Just. So I got 59. I had to go under 60.
Okay. Amazing. I'm also sending you, Nick, one thing that I'm not sure is clear. One second. You succeeded, did you?
Yes, I did. Just regular.
All right. Cool. Nick, check your messages when you can, just in case you didn't know and that affects anything. All right. So, and if you don't know what those words mean, I'll clarify. But you succeed. You find a quiet place. Who's doing what?
Sally's just told Tony to like go and check it once we pull over. I think Sally's just going to keep the car running because it's cold. Like, doesn't want anything to like screw up with it.
Tony, do you leave Sally alone with these two people in the back?
No.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Take the kid with you.
Look, Sally, it's your mess. Let's go check it together and make sure it's finished. All right?
My mess.
Your mess.
Think our mess. Our mess. But yeah, take the kid and go check it and calm him the hell down.
Okay.
I can go with you, Tony.
All right. Oh,
Sally, try stuff. Don't.
Oh no.
Okay. Tony?
shut the kid up. I'll show you the body.
Sounds good.
Okay. So tell me what's happening, please.
Still hear the thumping?
If it depends where you're at. Once
The
stop,
car is stopped.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once you've stopped, no. But he was strangled to death, so he might have just passed out again.
So I'm going to open the door and step out, because as far as I'm concerned, I just want to check this body and make sure
Okay.
they're proceeding as they should.
So you're leaving and heading for the boot. You're opening the boot?
Yep.
That would require the keys, I would say. I think likely. So you fetch the keys from Sally.
Sally will give them to Tony, I think. Rather than to this
Tony.
kid she doesn't really know.
Okay. Fine. So Tony, you get given the keys. You feel your, like, I don't know how else to put this, but your balls are like tiny, tiny, tiny little marbles. Like you're just, oh fuck. Sally is not getting it, and I don't fucking want to. And
He doesn't want to get out in the cold.
yeah. Yes, that's the biggest problem right now. So okay. So you take the keys, Tony. Do you get out and go for the boot then, with Mikey in tow?
Yeah, I'll get out, go up to the boot, but also I'll go around the front of the car, and I'd also go to Tuki's door and open it up and say, "You want to check what real work looks like, or you want to keep doing your sloppy shit?"
Ooh.
How tall is Tony?
I will let Nick answer that question. I don't think he's short. I would say he'd be at least 6 feet.
Would he be older than?
Probably, I'll say 6'2". He's no mention of his height.
Oh,
Actually, there is a stat. What is your size and what is your size, Vixen? S-I-Z at the top.
I've got 80 as my regular.
Right, you're quite large.
Much taller than me. I'm 40.
Okay, so you're
45.
average.
Oh man.
Okay. So you're much bigger than him, is the answer.
I step out,
Okay.
look at him, and head towards the trunk.
Okay, that's fine. So you're all going together,
Mm.
which means, Sally, you're waiting in the driver's seat, just hanging about. Excellent.
Yeah.
In the warm.
Okay.
Watching everybody from the mirror.
Yeah.
So you folks all head for the boot. Who's opening the boot? And, yep, Tony is? Okay.
Yeah, I think Tony will have it up a bit. Yeah.
Right. Now, I have a question. Tukey would be the one I would ask. I don't think Mikey would. I think Mikey would do what he's told. But he's not been told to do a hit before. Now, you have an interesting opportunity here. It depends, right? The tricky thing, and again, I need to remind you, you guys are friends. You and Tony. Right? But technically speaking, if Tony's the one behind, if he's opening the boot, you'd be behind him. What do you do?
I think Tuki doesn't have a lot of friends.
Ah, okay. Okay, so you're hoping for a way to have your cake and eat it too, is what I'm hearing.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're waiting for an opportunity where you just...
I also tell Mikey not to stand too close to the trunk. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
I'm going to be there ready. My gun.
Okay, you...
See my...
Okay, Tony, you open up the boot and you see what you created, but front profile this time as opposed to behind. You see a man who looks vaguely of maybe Spanish or Arabian descent, kind of tan skin. He had a mustache that was sort of curled to two sides, and relatively nice looking clothes. He didn't, when you first met him, have a huge notch in his neck, a red welt from grabbing him on either side. You see that, and you see his face, which you didn't get the benefit of seeing before, which looks vaguely like this.
Well, you happy now, kid?
Peer over and have a look, and I'm going to try and reach to check for a pulse.
Not only is he dead, he is cold. It's cold weather.
His body must have been rocking around in the trunk when we went over a bump or something.
All right.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Mikey, back in the car.
You don't got him top.
Okay.
I wait for the car door to shut, and Mike gets back in the car. Tony's just going to turn to Tookie and go, "What's your fucking play here?" Keep
I'm
that boy
sure you
calm.
know, Tony. I'm sure you know.
Pretty good fucking idea, but just keep your boy calm. He's gonna make this very messy.
Mm,
But Ned,
I am a bit concerned about that. I think that's...
Tony, would you give up Sally so easily?
really?
Okay. I'll let you rewind the tape a little bit if you want. Unless this is a ploy, which I'll accept.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it running.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting you, Tony.
I'm fucking here, ain't I?
Can I get a listen check, please, Sally?
Okay. What's my listen? Oh god, I got it again. Not 40. Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do think you need a hard success because I don't think they'd be talking openly. So I'm going to factor in that they would be talking quietly.
I got 21. I need 20 for a hard success.
So you can spend luck on that. Do you have luck on that character sheet?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. So everyone can roll now. So how luck works is that, and Pickles is doing it right now. So when you get above your success needed, you can spend the luck to bring the result down. So she got a 21. She needs a 20, so she spends 1 point of luck. And therefore...
Okay, I think.
Okay. And when I run out of luck, bad things.
That's correct.
Lovely.
Lovely. Checks. So basically, when you spend luck, then that means that when I ask for a luck check, just like in real life, the person with the lowest luck is contagious. So I ask for the person with the lowest luck to roll and see how lucky they are. And and depending on how lucky that person is, will affect the rest.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm in that position. That's fun.
Yeah, so bad. It's actually lots of fun, especially when we start all swapping places as to who's at the bottom.
True. Okay, cool. So you succeeded. That means, actually, this might have been the point. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if this was the point, but we could say it was, Tony. That you're like, okay, how do I get my thick-headed friend to understand the situation that we're in? And
It was a little bit, yeah.
oh, okay. Good. Okay, excellent. So now, Sally, you are aware. Tony is on your side. Mikey and Tuki, however, are here to kill you. And given Mikey is an associate and has been very loved by Big Paulie and the family, he's probably going to be your murderer. Unless you figure out a way to stop them. The problem is that they have all the aces right now. And you have to act like you don't know what's going on until you're in a better position. So in a way, what you've done is sort of created an unknowing advantage for yourself. Because you can now act like you don't know what's going on. Which you did a very convincing job of up till now, because you genuinely did not. So as you start the car, you get back on the road. So, as you guys begin making your way, you leave the area of where you were from Westchester County to Putnam County. And as you do so, the snow begins to pick up, along with a hard, cold wind. The wind is blowing hard enough to blow the snow off the roadway. It is not starting to stick on asphalt yet, but it's beginning to accumulate on the ground. You have left the suburbs behind. There are less signs of civilization and less cars on the road. When you enter the Hudson Highlands, a protected area of mountain and hills on either side of the Hudson River, there are no signs of civilization for 6 miles. Which you would know very well. This is not your first burial in this area. Sally, as you are driving, now that you know what's going on, what's on your mind, baby?
There's a lot of swearing. I'm not gonna lie. Sally has like a
Out
litany
loud?
of
Or
no, in my head. So Sally's trying to strategize. He's like thinking of the area. He's like he does. I don't think Sally's got a plan yet.
Okay.
But he's trying to think of the areas where he's thinking about putting the body. He knows that at the moment maybe he still think or actually does Sally still think it's 2 against 2, like Tony and him against
A reason not to at the moment.
Okay, good. So it's it's 2 against 2. The odds aren't bad, the odds aren't great. They just are what they are right now. So he needs to be in a position when he does stop the car to make sure that they don't get the high ground. So I think he's trying to choose a spot where, like, you can't be visible from the road, but there's not going to be a lot of stuff that is going to be easy for them to hide behind or take pot shots at him or even get in, like, super close with a knife and shank him. There's a lot going through Sally's head right now.
What does your wife look like?
Oh, I'm going to say, let me think, which way? I'm going to say she's going to be of that sort of classic, gently aging American Italian woman. So she's got, like, the thick dark hair, but it's starting to go slightly grey. But she still keeps herself looking nice, you know. She goes to the hairdresser every week. She gets her curls set.
Sure.
She always has the best clothes, but, like, there's still some beauty in there. But she's there's lines coming around here.
What did she look like when you met?
Bombshell, 100% bombshell.
You remember those times. You remember your first dates. You remember impressing her as you got into a fist fight and showing off the vigor of youth that you had once upon a time. You remember the joy at the birth of your children, particularly your youngest. His name is Marie. You can't help it. You're trying your best. You're trying to think. But you can't help but you keep seeing that face, that beautiful little princess. You only just started running. In the white swells of snow, she is in front of you. On the road. In her white communion dress. You have just enough time to scream out, and you can't hear her over the engine, but her mouths "Daddy." As you begin to collide into her, I need you to make a drive roll, please, to avoid her.
Oh, God. No. That is a hard success.
Okay. The bump happens, but in real life, what you do with your success is avoid fishtailing the car. But I do need a sanity check, please.
Okay. What is my sanity? Okay. Oh, 70. Right. Okay. I rolled 70.
70. Okay.
That's a regular success.
A regular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lose 1 point of sanity.
Thank you.
And as you break off onto the grass, everyone else needs to make a sanity check as you suddenly see Sally freak out, scream Marie, and turn into this ditch as the car looks like it might spin out of control.
Yeah.
So I need
I
to check
think
from all of you.
I think Tuki definitely puts his arm out to, like, prevent Mikey from,
Oh, okay. Good to know.
like, slamming.
Failure.
Failure. You lose 1 point of sanity if you failed, guys.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're just shocked, scared, and bewildered. What is Sally looking like as the rest of you look at the car, which is in surprisingly good shape, but very much got dirt and clumps of grass on it, just this, and it's kind of like if this is what it would be like straight, it's kind of like this. And as like one car passes by, that could have easily knocked right into you. What is Sally looking like at this point?
Sally is freaking out. Like, I think Sally's actually trying to get their like, if they're wearing a seatbelt, they're trying to get the seatbelt undone. They're actually trying to open the door to get out to his girl, to his baby Maria, and still calling out her name, going Maria, Maria, and trying to get that door open.
Is that you rush out towards her, and I'm not going to go into detail, but it's not good. But her last words to you as you cradle her are, kill them all and come back to me, Daddy.
Do we see any of this?
You see him rushing. Absolutely. All of this is happening. You, depends on what you're doing. So if you all follow, question mark?
I'm going to go out and have a look. Yeah.
Tony, do you know what's happening?
Okay, so Mikey's pulling out. You two are chatting. As you two are having a quiet moment, possibly for the first time having no contention with each other because neutral. Mikey, you see Sally weeping over a deer. A small deer.
I'm just looking puzzled, and I'm going to say, hey, Tony, did Sally have that same carbonara I did? Maybe someone put parakeet in it.
Yes.
I'm going to give you inspiration for that, Dave. That means you get one free reroll of your choice. Okay, so, Tony, you were asked a question while this is happening.
Yeah, I hope not.
What? No, look, I was hearing strange things. Sally falling all mushy over a deer. It's like when I tried doing college. I only only there for 6 months, and then we tried LSD, and it just whoosh.
Okay.
Maybe someone put something in our food.
Tuki's gonna get out of the car
Okay.
and walk over to Sally.
Okay. At this point, Sally, you have your brain back in order.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're looking at, but you're certain what you heard.
What the fuck? Wait a minute.
Now, given that you have your own agenda, keep that in mind. You have your mind back now. So, yeah, you're holding a deer.
All right, that was. All right, that was clear. Sally's gonna I think stand up.
Yeah, you see Tuki approaching right now.
Yeah.
Tony is not with you, and the
Cluck
road
to-
is currently bare. So if you're planning to get up and quickly assume a position, I need a dexterity check, and I need Tuki to make one as well. I don't know if it's Tuki's intention, but technically speaking, you do have a window here too.
Yeah. All right, dexterity.
Do I still roll anyway? Because that was not.
Well, I'm just saying you
Tuki's intention.
well, you have a window. So let's see what happens, and then we'll decide.
Okay, so I'll roll anyway then.
I'm gonna spend a luck point to make this an extreme success.
All right then.
Oh, that's an extreme success.
Okay. So what I need now is a luck check, please, from the person with the lowest luck.
23.
I have 20.
Okay.
Okay. You can do it, Turquoise.
19.
Oh.
Ooh, very nice.
Okay then. All right. So basically, Sally, given the nature of what's happening, I am understanding this is not Tuki's intention. However, any self-respecting hitman might take this shot. Might, right?
Mm.
Tony is not with you. You're by yourself. You're cradled like this. Bang. Simple as that. So with that in mind, Sally, you can react however you choose, which I'm going to let you do first because apparently Tuki was waiting for another opportunity. Is my understanding. Is that correct, Vixen?
Yeah.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with the goal. Nothing.
Okay. No?
So I think Sally's going to like stand up a little bit side on, so he's slightly less of a big target because he's a stocky guy, but he's absolutely pulled his gun out down by his side just to have it ready just in case. He's waiting to see what like Chicky's going to do, but like he's just had this emotional moment. He thought his daughter died and like he's got it there.
Absolutely. So what I want you to do is make a psychology check for me. On a success, you would be able to tell that Tuki didn't even think of it. Was
okay.
Whatever was going on, this was not their thought process. I'm not going to speak for Tuki right now because I don't know, but that was not what was on their mind. So if you pass, then you know that, which means you don't give away your hand that you know what's going on. Because that might change things. Because Tuki, if he pulls a gun, then you might have to pull yours. Simple as that.
I say, do I want to spend the luck point? I'm going to say no.
Okay, so to be transparent, if you're pulling out your gun, then Tuki would probably be forced to pull out his. I mean, okay.
I know. I'm like, do I want to reconsider? I'll actually screw it. You know what? Be brave.
It's harder when you know what's happening, isn't it?
I know. I'm like, normally I'm like, yes, spend the luck point because we go crazy faster. It usually is the way this goes. Okay, so if I spend the luck points, I'll go down to 16. So I will be the unluckiest in the group. So yeah, no, I will do that. I will spend the luck points.
Okay. So what is Tuki's plan? What was his intention?
Tuki just wanted to check on Sally because Tuki was thinking of a moment in his past. Yeah.
All right then. Inside your head, what moment was this?
When he lost his younger brother in a car crash.
Right. That'll do it.
Yeah. He recalls holding his brother. He was close by when it happened and held his brother.
Well, okay. Yeah. All right then. So you're having a Mexican standoff. Tuki, I'll let you have the floor if you like. You can see that Sally is like stood up, but given that you passed your psychology check, Sally, you do not draw your gun and just kind of stand up stiffly.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go see if the car's all right.
Okay.
Tuki just looks down at the deer and nods and heads towards the car.
Awesome. Is there anything anyone is doing before the car starts moving again?
While that was taking place, were the keys left in the car?
Yep. No one said they took them.
So I was going to take the keys and then come and join everyone before they all recoalesce back into the car.
Okay. So you grab the keys. There would be at least 10 seconds in between. What is the plan with these keys? What's the goal?
I'm going to throw them to Mikey and say, "Sally's a bit tired. I think it's best you drive for a while."
I think Bus grabbed and hop in the car.
Okay.
I'll get in the seat behind Mikey.
Okay. Tuki?
I acknowledge it, but I go back to sit in the back.
Who's sitting in the
just-
back with Tuki then?
Tony,
Tony
the driver.
behind
So
I just-
behind Mikey.
driver. And the message is clear, I assume, quid pro quo.
I just nod sort of knowingly at Tony, just
Oh man.
you're making it hard to be your friend.
One of my own.
The car starts again.
No.
Mikey, interestingly, just accepting it. To drive the car.
Like, he's just Tuki a bit, just like,
Sure. Maybe it was just a brain.
yeah.
Okay, in that case, right. Tony, as the car begins driving out again, what are you thinking, what are you feeling, and what is the play? Because this can't last forever, and you know it. Well dang played, Moklad. Correct. Yeah. Tony, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What's the play? And it's okay if you don't know the answer to number 3, because I don't.
I'm just fucking winging this shit.
That's the best way to do it, honestly.
Can we appreciate the fact that all we've done is just change the seating arrangement, and it's that
Yeah.
case. That's all it is. That's all we've
Had a
done.
little bit of trauma and changed seating
No.
arrangements. It's great.
Mikey, in his apparent obliviousness of this, is going to be like, oh, yeah, that's a weird night. Let's just, get rid of this body, go home, have a nice night. Look, I'll turn on the radio and see if it, can cheer people up. And I put on the radio, and out, blaring out quite loud is something like Eye of the Tiger. That was the number 1 hit in 82. Eye of the Tiger's playing.
Loudly is it playing?
I'm playing it a little bit uncomfortably loudly, but I'm going to be just watching what everyone's doing.
Okay.
Mikey?
As in, okay. Watching what everyone's doing, what does that mean, David?
I'm just having a bit of a glance in the mirror. I'm
Okay.
having a bit of a look next to me, but I'm trying to make things... You know that way you try and make things purr and happy, but you're actually making it kind of worse?
You're looking at you a lot.
Okay. All right. Okay. While this is happening, Tony, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Not what the plan is, because none of us know. But what are you thinking and what are you feeling? And if you're not sure about the first one, start with the second.
I mean, Tony's just a little bit dumbfounded that Mike will put himself in this position. Willingly.
Were we ever that young and stupid? Maybe. Probably.
Now, given that you have other priorities that we both know about, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Starting to get a bit stressed.
Yeah, sure.
This is very much, he's hoping this will be nice, simple. He'll go home, happy days. Oh, that's definitely playing out a lot longer than he needs to, and he really, really wants to get home at this point. He's a lot more antsy, and is starting to lose his cool.
When you were 22, you had your first tattoo. What was it?
It was a tattoo of a caricature.
Okay.
He associated with his dad. It's Papa.
I love that. On your shoulder.
Yeah.
Just doing,
Oh, yeah.
doing the...
Yeah.
I am what I am.
Yeah, what...
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. You can still feel the burn from this fresh ink as you are standing 22 years old. First tattoo, first hit. You're standing in a Brooklyn basement. Outside you can hear the honking of traffic. Somewhere, someone is playing music. It's got a kind of Latin beat. Far in the distance, you can hear fireworks. It's the 4th of July. 4th of July weekend. It is unbearably hot in the city, but you are cold. You feel ice-cold sweat running down your back. There are 3 men in this basement. Only 2 of them are going to walk out alive. This is where you made your bones. Sally is with you. There is a hole dug in the basement's dirt floor, and in it is a badly beaten and crying bookie. His name is Toots. He refused to pay protection money, and this is the consequence. Sally hands you a revolver. Toots is gagged with a rag, but he sees the gun and he begins to moan and cry. Sally and Tony, you are both in this scene, and I'm going to hand it over to you. But I would like David to play Toots. Please.
Play Toot.
Yep. You have a rag in your mouth. You see Sally hand a gun over to Tony, you think his name is. You're standing in your own grave. What do you guys do?
All right, kid. This is what we talked about. Take the gun.
Tony just grabs the gun and just rolls it and rolls the cylinder in his thumb.
Toots, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm going to try and headbutt Sally in the face.
Okay. Just give me a D100. I think your fighting brawl is the standard 25.
Oh, that's 10-10. Got the wrong type of...
Yeah, both.
No,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
you'll just need to re-roll that, please.
Yeah. Okay, that is 51.
Okay. You've lost a lot of blood, Toots. You've been beaten a lot. And it's this temper of yours that's gotten you into this predicament in the first place. Big Paulie himself has a huge wound, a huge black eye from you not knowing your place. And that disrespect is why you're here. You watch as Toots, Tony, begin to crawl out of the hall and just go, and just fall. In a way, depending on your point of view, he's making your job easier. He's certainly not contrite. What do you do?
Tony's just gonna, at that point, he's just made it easier for himself and he just raises the gun, pulls the hammer back, and fires.
The discharge is loud. You didn't expect it to be so loud. Give me a... I think you would be less good at guns, so I'm going to give you the standard 25 for shooting, please. So just roll a d100, try to get under 25. Nick.
Yep. Can I spin luck on these ones?
You can, but it would apply it retroactively, so you would have less luck in the present. Don't forget, this is a flashback, so even if you fail, it'll still probably result in the way you're thinking.
I'll take the failure, actually. So,
you shoot him, and it is a gut shot, and it is not enough. You must spend another 2 shots, and each time that you draw the hammer back, which you don't need to do, but you're buying time. Each time you pull the hammer back and pull the trigger, it is worse. You wish to God to this day that you hit him in the head. You wish you didn't have to hear the scream. You wish you were quicker. And you wish you weren't here. And you wish you weren't there. And you wish that you weren't anywhere or anything to do with this life anymore. And as you think these things, I would like you to make a sanity check, please.
Success.
You only lose 1 point of sanity. And as you smell the gun smoke, you see someone standing in the corner. He is of Spanish or Arabian descent, with a slightly curled mustache, staring at you from the corner of the room. You can be free. Free to live your life the way you want. But you have to kill the others. And that's where we're going to take a break. So, everybody, we will see you in a couple of minutes. We're going to have a hydration and dehydration break accordingly. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Call of Cthulhu. We are playing the classic movie send-up of Goodfellas called Deadfellas, which hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it will. So, as this is all happening, Tony, you've just had a flashback with the person you murdered talking to you in the corner of a room, promising that you can be free if you kill everyone else. So, with that in mind, would you be doing anything? Or not?
Not yet. He's definitely very... Well, he's more on edge now. He's now starting to glance over at Tuki a lot more.
I understand. Can I get a spot hidden check from you in particular, please, Tony, as you guys pass by something?
Yeah, that's a massive fail.
Massive fail?
It's a fail. Just a fail.
Okay. In that case, I'm not going to give you specifics. As you begin to pass by a gas station. Actually, Nick, I think this is worth pushing, because this is important to your character.
Yeah, I think just this thing is might earn the 20 luck, actually. And...
Alright. How much luck do you have?
60, now 40.
Oh, wow. You're just joining everybody else. Yeah, I would spend the luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not putting that luck, yeah.
Okay.
We can understand more.
Yes. Yeah, well, what's at gas stations? In 1982.
Yep.
You want to confirm with me via message to make sure that the yup is what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay. All right. Cool. So with that in mind, it is a closed gas station, but it might be relevant. Trying to keep my words vague.
Hey, Mikey, pull over. I need to take a piss.
Yep, I'm driving along with my left arm out. I'm taking my right arm up and switching over so I can change gears and pulling over.
Absolutely. In the meantime, do you want to just roll a D100 for that, please, David?
It's just a D100, or are you rolling against something specific?
Well, you might have sent me a message, remember?
Okay, let's do that. 73.
Okay. Oh, actually, I'm going to give you a bonus die, because you're correct. That is worth mentioning. Hello, Atomic Void. So you just roll the 001 a second time.
Sorry, just the zero, So re-roll them both, or
Just the 00. Just the double digit.
so I'd done that, and that was 53, the second roll.
Okay. I'm going to have a quick peek. Don't think that would be enough. Okay, I've only got 2 key in front of me. Okay. Oh, no, there it is.
Do you want to have a look at one of? When we tell you one of my stats, I'll write it.
No, I don't. I absolutely do not want you to tell me, because that would give the game away. 1 sec. Okay, yep, that's fine. Cool. Can I get, at this point, no, no, I don't think we're going to roll against it. You failed, so I'm just going to kind of put this accordingly. As you are driving into the gas station, remind me of the seating arrangement. Who's in the passenger seat, please?
Sally is.
Sally,
Yep, passenger.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to say Sally is the one to notice this. No one else would, because chairs. But specifically, the posture of Mikey is weird, which you didn't quite notice before, because the music is, quite frankly, obnoxious and annoying. But you're like, he is driving with only one hand, slightly like this. He is pulling into the gas station.
Okay. I guess he's slowing down, or is it just that his posture is really weird?
I don't think it would affect his driving, David, no? I think it's just, you notice that. I'm not going to give you anything else, because you wouldn't notice that, because you didn't make a roll, right?
Yeah.
But I'm describing to you, and I'm going to let you put the pieces together and what that might mean in a gangster context. Left hand, other hand, in the corner, like this.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds okay. What do I want Sal to do?
Now, remember, the same thing that kept you alive is probably what's going to dictate your next move. You are moving into a gas station, so you are moving slower. I don't know what your plan is, but keep in mind that the car is still in motion and the roads are slick.
Think as we're pulling into the gas station, like, it's obviously been snowing. Yes, the roads are slick and everything. Can Sal jump out of the car while it's moving?
Yes. You can try. Give me a This would be a jump check, but I can see that you don't have jump on this character sheet, which is a little annoying. I seem to remember jump being a 10% situation. Or 20. I think it was 20. So just roll a
20.
D100, try and get under a 20. Unless you have jump.
No, I don't.
Doesn't look like that. It seems like this character sheet is kind of. Oh no, it's all there. It's just much smaller.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Stuff at the bottom.
It's the fine print.
Oh,
Jump is in the fine print, apparently.
Yeah, that is really tiny. Okay, let me.
It's much smaller for me because I've got like 12 different windows in it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got it right in front of me. I did not see it, so thank you for that, Vixen.
That's all right. I'll fix it.
Oh, that is a very much a fail. I rolled like 94.
94. That wouldn't be a fumble, but you're very close. Hey, Scarlett, if you're still in chat, this might be familiar to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Sally, I actually need to know. What is the plan? Is there a plan?
No, I think Sally's just gotten real wigged out and like the equivalent of 1920s Spidey senses are tingling now. And I feel like, fuck, I want to get back to my family.
We like this
So
voice.
keenly aware of Tuki behind her as well. Like, and can't really see what Tuki's doing either. So she's being on edge.
Okay, so here's the situation. My guess is that you are ready for combat if you're jumping out of a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, yeah, it's every man for himself, question mark. I have no idea what the plan is. So, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to establish dex order, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, given that you've made a 94, I don't think there's any way of pulling this off. So whatever happens at this point, okay? So, Mikey, what is your dex, please?
My dex is
60. Okay. Tuki, what is your dex, please?
50.
Okay. Sally, what is your dex, please? 40. And Tony, what is your dex, please? 70. Okay. That means Tony's going first. So, Tony, as the car begins to pull in to the gas station, you just see Sally look to his right. No, to his left, because the car's, it's reverse. To his left, his eyes bulge slightly, and then he dives like he's in a pulp action movie, very poorly, out of the car. Incidentally, you take Sally, because it was slowing down, but it wasn't nothing, and you're pouring yourself. I think it's a D. I think I'll say it's a D2. So, 2 points of damage. Hurts like hell. And Tony, you are up first. The car, as far as I know, Mikey wouldn't have had a chance to react, right? So at the moment, it's just making its turn in. I'd say, I'm going to use kilometers because I'm an Australian. I'd say it'd be going at about 15 to 20 Ks at this stage. Like you're pulling in, right? So you've got yourself in the back seat next to Tuki. You are both friends. You see Mikey go, what the hell? And react accordingly in whatever way that you see fit. You do not currently have your weapon drawn. Neither does Tuki. Neither does Mikey, as far as you know. Wink. It is your turn. That was a lot of information. Yeah, now it's your problem.
Highlander, folks, there can be only one.
Maybe. I mean, you don't have to listen to the weirdo in your dreams, but you can.
Ooh.
Nice music.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw it. Sally's bailed, so they're safe for now. Tony's gonna draw
On who?
straight into the back of Mikey.
Into the back of Mikey. What is your intention?
We're gonna shoot through the chair.
You're going to shoot the driver mid-motion towards a gas station.
If I'm going out, it's gonna be fine.
There's no going out yet. First person. No.
I'm in the car alone with these two.
What?
I'm in the car alone with these two.
I understand. Okay. I mean, okay, just explain to me so I sort of understand. Like, because you're going to kill yourself likely by doing this. You understand that, right?
Yep.
Is that the first thing he would do?
You're right. I'll turn and shoot too.
Okay, fine. But, I mean, that's okay.
No, that's a good point. I'll turn and shoot. I'll take out Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to either say that or hold them hostage or whatever it is, right? Okay, so you are turning, just to clarify, this is you're locking it in. You're turning your gun and you're shooting Tuki.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, given what just happened, your last flashback, where you are and how tired you are of this life and tired of hiding who you are, I think this would be a penalty die shot.
I want that result. I gotta roll the 10 again, right?
Yeah.
Success.
Okay, so what would happen then? Mikey is next, but I actually want to do this a little bit more cinematically. Okay, so I'm going to bend the rules of time a little bit here because I think Mikey is just as smart as Tony and they know what might be happening here. So I'm going to do Mikey. There's not much Mikey can do without crashing the car. He can though. So I'm going to do Mikey, and depending on what Mikey does, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let Tuki roll for firearms as well, and then we're going to do a dex check against each other to see who gets the shot off first. Technically, this is cheating you out a little bit, Nick. I just want to make sure you're okay with that.
No, I'm for it.
But I think it's more interesting because, like, you're both on edge. This makes more sense to me at the moment. So, Mikey, what would you be doing first?
Okay, so seeing Sal jump out the window, my plans to try and signal Pookie through the making eye contact in the rearview mirror are gone. So I'm just slamming on the brakes and spinning around at Tony with
Yep.
my revolver. So I have my revolver there in my pocket, so slam brakes.
Okay, I understand. This is extremely crazy. Give me a drive check with a penalty die.
Okay, so 60. Can I use that inspiration I had earlier?
Yes.
It's a
Alright.
lot easier with
So-
Sally with the blood.
I rolled 68, which is just a fail with my driving 60, so I can re-roll the 10, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Let's hope I get lower than 6. No.
Okay. Okay.
I hope was
Yeah,
by
I
slamming on
do
the
this,
brakes,
I
only
do
had to
this,
slam
but I
according
think-
to the...
But I think this might happen. I need a luck check from the person with the lowest luck, please. So you, as the wheels lock and at a decent speed.
I've got 55 luck. Could I use some of that to drive better?
No, well, yes. What did you get? I mean, this.
I got 78, and I needed to
Uh-huh.
get 60.
Yeah, you can spend luck now.
Okay, I'll spend my luck to
Okay.
pull it off in the hope that Tony will whack his head on the front of the seat in front of him and be distracted.
Sure. I'm sure that physics is only
I mean,
work
we're
one
right,
person at a
right,
time,
right.
right? Yeah.
Pookie might too, but if Tony's not shooting.
Pookie might? Yep.
Why am I Pookie?
Yeah, Tookie. Yeah.
This whole time.
Pookie. Yeah.
That was
I've said
secret.
Pookie. I was enjoying it. It's like his
Yeah.
pet name for you.
I've been. Yeah, it's been great.
Okay. So you pass your drive check, which means that okay, so the car spins around and you pull your gun out, Mikey, but that would be your turn. That's all you can do.
So I'm going to.
You need to make a gun check first. Same penalty die.
Okay, how does penalty work?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're rolling a D100 first. So start with that.
Half. So it'd be below
Hard success. Okay.
hard.
So you got a 23. Now what you need to do is roll the double-digit die once more and take the higher number. What'd you get?
That's an 80, baby.
83. Okay. So therefore, what happens in the course of this moment is that you are more concerned for your friend in the split second that you could have drawn on him, because unfortunately you failed the firearm, so there's no way for this to be a Mexican standoff. You are more concerned for your friend in this moment as you both hit the front seat and then go scrabbling for your guns, and you see this determined glint in Tony's eyes that you have only seen in your mother. A devout Catholic woman, someone who is of such belief and grit and determination that nothing and no one will stop him from doing what he's about to do. So Tony, I need you to roll damage, please.
I rolled a 10 on that one plus 2.
So 12
Well.
points of damage. Mikey, how many hit points do you have?
I have.
Mikey. Tuki, how many hit points do you have?
I had 13.
1 hit point. That's crazy. Okay. All right.
No.
Yeah. Sally, you watch the car spin, and it starts to go. It is right next to the gas cylinders, the fuel tank, and you hear it in your voice. You hear Marie, "Kill them, Daddy. Kill them." What do you want to do? Now, I'll be clear about this. If you think that like you would be fighting for your will, technically it's your choice, right? But I think it's more interesting right now because all you're thinking about is your family, right? So depending on what you want to do, actually, why don't we do this anyway? As you hear the voice, give me a sanity check, please. And depending on what you get, this might be a decision I make for you.
Okay, I rolled 77. My sanity is 70. I'm going to spend the 7 luck.
You can't send luck,
Oh, no, I can't. That's right. I can't. I forget about
which I am very, very excited about. Okay. Okay, so Vixen, you might get to see what a bout of madness looks like in a second. Okay. So you have failed your sanity check. Now I need you to make an intelligence check, please.
Okay.
Now, Vixen, this is the only time in the game where you would prefer to be stupid. You do not want to pass this check, because if you do, then your brain for a second comprehends everything, that you understand everything, and your brain just folds in on itself to cope.
It's all of it.
That's
Okay.
right.
That was a hard success at 19.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, then. Chat. Can you please, chat, first come, first served, give me an exclamation mark roll, space, then number 6, please. 2.
It's Scarlet. Champion.
So no bout of madness today. That's all right.
Oh,
So that means it is your choice, and you have control, but you hear your daughter's voice. So I'm gonna let Piggles decide. You
So-
can shoot the cylinder, you can shoot someone else, you can shoot yourself, you can run away. It's a smorgasbord of options. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we'll avoid the shooting myself option for now.
I was just telling. All the options are on the table.
Just all the options. So I think sounds like definitely like pulled their gun out by now. Is the car still spinning at this point as I'm hearing the voice?
No, it would have stopped because he passed his drive check, but it is right next to the fuel What is the word? The tanks? The fuel tanks?
The fuel thing.
Pumps. That's the word.
Yeah. And which part of the car is facing me?
Which part would you like to be facing you?
That's right.
The front? That sounds like a luck check. Which I will say. No, this would be a group luck check. Who has the lowest luck, please?
Is it Nick?
No, I'm still good.
Oh, I've got 16, so it might be me.
All right, more than you.
Yeah. No, because I remember you spent a whole bunch, and I thought you got really low, but apparently not. Okay. Low.
Just had high amounts.
Nope.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I'm actually going to leave it up to the dice then. Can chat please exclamation mark roll space 4. So there are 4 sides to the car: rear, left side, right side, front. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Rear, left side, right side, front. Exclamation mark roll space 4, please chat. A 3. Okay, so it's on the right side. Now, the right side, is that the driver's side?
behind it's a passenger side in America.
It's the passenger side, which means
Yep.
that you are facing the driver, technically, as you're lying there prone, which incidentally gives you a bonus die on shots. Facing Mikey. Now, you could adjust yourself, but that would take away the bonus die.
No, I think I want to keep the bonus die.
Okay.
So I think Sal's going to take a shot at. Oh, actually, yeah, no, she's going to take a shot at. He's going to take a shot at Mikey.
Okay.
Through the window, because I'm not going to try and shoot through the door. Now, it's been a while since I've done an attack in Call of Cthulhu.
So you're
So-
rolling against your gun skill, and you have a bonus die, which means you roll the double digit again and take the lower number.
Okay, perfect. All right, so my firearm handgun is 60. So. Ooh, that was 14, but let's roll that again. Yeah, so the lower number was 14.
Okay,
So that-
so I assume that
Yeah, so that's hard success. I could make it... Actually, can I spend 2 luck points to make it extreme, please?
you can. So,
Yay, gonna do that.
okay. So that means it's max damage plus roll damage.
Okay. So I've got a revolver, so I've got to do a D10. So it's got in brackets, it's got 1, then in brackets 3, so it's 1d10 plus 3. Is that right?
What's the question? Sorry, I'm doing stuff.
No, sorry. So I've got to roll 1d10 for this. So it's got in the attack box next to the d10 damage, it's got 1 and then in brackets 3. So is that rolling 1d10 and then adding 3 to whatever that is?
1d10 in brackets 3. I have no idea. Are you sure you're looking at gun combat? That sounds like something that...
No, I am. So like it says the damage is 1d10.
Yeah.
Then just after that, it says the attack is 1, which I assume is 1 dice. And then in brackets after that, it's got 3.
That's probably the amount of shots you can take.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah. So you technically could make 3 shots, any of you, with your guns, but it would be with penalty dice because you're going bang bang.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and do I just roll the single-sided d10 for this?
Yeah. If that's what it is, yep.
So that is an 8.
Okay. Caruso, Mikey, you take 8 points of damage. How you feel? How you looking?
Not very well. I think they've got maximum and current round the wrong way.
Okay.
So I've got current 13, max 10, so I'll just assume it's 13, which will then give me 5 points left.
5. Okay, yeah, you're a beefy boy. Okay then. That means that it is Tony's turn. You've seen a shot go out from Sally, prone on the ground, bang, and it's hitting Mikey right in, I won't say the neck because he's still up with 5. Oh, you know what I've forgotten because this is classic Call of Cthulhu. Both both Tuki and Mikey need to make, because you've taken a major wound, so I need you to make constitution checks to stay awake.
Oh, yeah.
I'm used to playing Pulp, so it's not really a concern in those games. Yeah.
That's an extreme success.
Okay.
I've failed by 12. Could I use up more luck?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm using up 12 luck to be conscious.
Amazing. Okay. That means that it is Tony's turn. Tony, you're up first.
I think right now, Tony is just going to try and get out of the car and try and break. Well, he's currently stuck between two of them, both pointing guns at him. He's just going to try and get out of the firing line.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you are at the gas station. You would be by the fuel pumps, which means that... Okay, I'm just trying to see where the pumps are. Men, women, gas station, main entrance. Okay, so the best bet on this turn would be, like, if you take cover right now in your immediate area, you'll buy fuel pumps, which I assume you don't want. So the next best thing is either running and getting on the ground and maybe make your way around the building, or the doors of the front entrance are made of glass.
Yeah, I'm just going to break for the front doors and try and get into the building.
How?
I'm just going to throw myself at it, to be honest. This is pure survival, and he's kind of taking over for him.
May I suggest shooting it as you run? I don't mind if you really want to throw yourself
shoot
at
it
it.
run,
But
actually.
you're a better shooter, I think, than you are.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. I can.
You can shoot things, yes.
Not just my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you are running and shooting, which means you're making a shot with a penalty die. If you want to, you can shoot multiple times, which would inflict a... I don't know if it stacks. I'm going to say it doesn't because I can't quite remember the rules in Standard Call of Cthulhu. But if you want to make sure, because it has a certain amount of hit points that you need to break, you can shoot. You can go bang, 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 and make sure it opens.
I'm going to fire 3 times.
Okay, that's fine. So you're rolling 3 times, but with a penalty die each time. So what you'd want to do if you can is just get a D100 and a second different color, double-digit D10 if you have it, and just roll them together and take the higher number, kind of like disadvantage.
First one's a success.
Okay, so let's just roll through the hits and see how you go. Also, keep an eye on your ammo.
Yep.
I think you're fine for now. You've only made 4 shots, but yeah.
Yeah, that's 4 damage on that one.
It is still a door. It is still standing.
Another success as well. 9 damage.
9 damage, that's enough. So, second shot, bang, bang. And you may run for it. I am going to say that it would be right on the edge of your... the only way you could get into cover right now is if you dive for it, which I'm going to say will do some damage as you dive into the glass.
Yeah, I'm game. I'm going to try for it.
So I don't think it's a lot, but you are diving into glass. So you take 2 points of damage as a big pointy bit of glass sticks right into your jacket. You're down like this, just kind of crawling along to get to the main counter, which you have not reached, but you are prone, and you've got the husk of the glass door next to you. Behind you, I should say. So everyone's going to have a penalty die against you because you are prone at the moment. So with that said, it is Mikey's turn. Mikey, Sally is behind you, and he's just shot you like this, and you've just seen Tony break for the door, shoot the glass, and dive in. You've heard a very discernible and yes.
I'm going to leave the car and hopping out of the car. Presumably, I can't make a shot, but I'm going to go approaching, run out towards Sally, going, "What the hell, you crazy mother hugger?" And
I'm swearing. Go nuts.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, family. Yeah.
So. We'll go through and try and get Sally down the get down on the ground.
Oh,
Or intimidate.
okay. Hey, Sally. Sounds like a cop.
He does. Fucking knock.
Shot your first.
Yeah. Now you're starting to understand, Tuki, how willing he was to drive and stuff because he didn't want to kill it. Because that was ruin his rap against you. I love Angry Vixen. Okay. Okay, that was great role playing. Excellent work, Andrew. So you, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is tough. There is policy and there is logic. You're revealing yourself, and you know Mikey is probably going to take this personally. So are you just standing there pointing your gun at Sally, or is there an addition to this? For example, would you take cover behind the car?
Did you mean Tuki was going to take it personally?
That's what I meant, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And I do.
As you should.
Hmm.
Damn bad.
That's right.
I vouched for him.
That's true. So Andrew, that's a question for you. You're saying get down on the ground, but I need to know, are you taking cover in any fashion, or are you just assuming the police position?
He's been
one gun.
shot.
Yep.
He's been shot in the back. He's nearly lost control. He's had a very crazy night. He is losing his shit. He's like initially walking out, like, "What the hell, you crazy, mother hugger?" And he's walking forward with his gun, down on the ground, and he's fully.
Okay.
Sorry, I should do it properly. He's fully out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just furious. Gun out. He's absolutely ready to shoot at Sally, and he's be aware of where Tony is. And
Okay,
because he's a friend,
here's
he's
the
probably
thing.
not thinking too much about it.
I agree with you, But here's the thing about police, even in 1982, he shot you.
Yeah.
Right? Which
That's right.
means that
American
you are
police.
authorized to use lethal force.
Yes, okay, then I'm opening it up. Actually, no, I'm not opening up. Not opening it up because a lot of this hinges on getting Sally, because Sally's the biggest one of the bunch.
Sally's okay, so you would then be doing what then?
I'm trying to
Because-
get Sally to drop the gun
Ooh, okay.
on the ground.
I
There's a
think
lot
your
of this
character
whole thing
would-
hinges on
Yeah.
getting Sally.
Okay, I understand. I'm
Hmm.
trying to think of a role that you could do, but okay.
I'm ready to shoot if I see Sally moving the slightest way towards a firearm.
Okay, that's fine.
I like
Then what?
to
This is
leave
not
my
in Call of Cthulhu rules. So what I will do is I will let you hold your action
Mhm.
for if he even slightly looks like he's pulling the trigger, which will let
Yep,
you
yep.
shoot first. That's fine. Actually, it'll be a dex off. That's what it'll be. That makes more sense because you're both holding your guns. Okay, so you're okay. Now to be clear, you are standing in the gas station.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Come out the door, I'm advancing around the car towards.
Okay. So that means your eyes
Ali,
are off,
gun.
Tukey. So I'll keep
Mhm.
in mind. Mikey, it is your turn. No, that was Mikey. Tukey, you are in the back seat, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Tony's made a break for it. He's prone in the gas station area.
Mm-hmm.
Sally is prone on the ground, having just shot Mikey, and Tukey is talking like a cop. Telling
Mike's talking like a cop.
one of those. Yeah.
I'm leaving Tony alone.
Uh-huh.
You son of a bitch, I vouched for you. I'm gonna shoot Mikey.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out
I
and
may-
shoot Mikey.
I agree. May I make the suggestion that you would probably be losing your shit right now and shoot 3 times?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. So,
I don't know how that works.
so what you do is you're rolling, if you've got another double-digit D10, I would roll with that. So you want 2 dice that have 2 digits on them to start with.
Okay.
Ideally a different color.
Like,
Yeah, exactly
that.
like that.
Yeah.
So you roll those together 3 times, and you want to take the higher number for each one and tell me which one succeeded under your gun skill.
If any. That is a fail.
So that's 1 fail.
Maybe 3.
Yep.
Mhm.
I didn't expect this to turn into dread, but it kind of is turning into dread.
39, which is a regular success.
Okay. Try not to slip you off.
95.
Okay, so not a fumble.
Not
So
a fumble.
you, motherfucker! Bang, bang, bang. One shot goes through, which
Mhm.
means that you may roll your damage now,
Yeah.
because this might be a
Probably
moot point. 5 points of damage remain. Or Mikey.
Oh, that means it's a 10, doesn't it? Oh, that means it's a 10, so plus 2, 12.
Get down!
12 damage.
Just the gas pumps have a very chunky decoration on them. Okay, Sally, you've just watched this man reveal himself, and then you've watched Tukey pile out of the car, because you would have had to do this to get a shot, Tukey, so you're standing
Mhm.
there now, which means you've got a shot if you want to take it, Sally, with a bonus die.
Yes.
No?
Oh. Sad.
It's fine. I could roll terribly. No, you went out for your
Yeah.
revenge.
Yeah, I vouched for him. Sad days, sad days.
Right, okay.
No wonder among
What's wrong
thieves
with-
done.
50. No. Okay, so that was
Please fail.
50. No, that was 50, so that's a regular success.
Okay, then. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
Ready.
Don't really have to, but sure.
Rolling damage is fun.
Yep.
Is that enough?
I only have 1 HP, so
Okay.
Sorry.
So in very quick succession, bang. Yeah, get down on the. You motherfucker! Bang, bang, bang. And then you see your shot and just. Thud. Tony.
And he's gonna stand up and just try and look around, and he sees the two dead bodies and just goes,
You can be free. I need you to make a sanity check, please. You left.
it's a success.
Okay. So you only lose 1 point of sanity, but it's a you call, Nick. Technically speaking, you know what you are, who you are, and what you are. And do you, I guess the question would be, do you trust Sally not to rat on you? If you do what you're planning to do.
Yeah, I think.
I will say this. I think, incidentally, I think we are out of combat, right? I think, like, you guys technically trust each other for the moment. As far as I know. Alright.
I was just gonna, as I said, it's just pull out the Sally. See if they're still alive. I can only see the two bodies at the moment. Just. Are we good? Before I step out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. You injured?
Blast ruined my nice shirt. What the fuck was that?
What? What, like them putting a hit out on us?
No. Mike, what's a fucking badge?
Yeah. Fucking kid. Like, how the hell did he get so close? And how the hell did Tilky, like, not know?
Look, well, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going home. Fuck this life. Fuck this bullshit. I'm done.
I say we put everything into that store there and just use the gas to set it alight, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
As you say that, I would like, who has the lowest sanity out of the two of you, please?
What's 44?
Okay.
53.
Ooh, it's me.
Okay. Right. So you're trying to set this alight. Now, here's the thing, Sally. You've never heard this talk from Tony before. He sounds like he's planning to leave entirely. Now, you're very wounded. You both are. Did Tony take any damage?
No. Like, I took 2 damage like earlier, but otherwise I'm fairly unscathed.
Oh, so did Tony take damage?
I took 2 damage as well, diving to cover through the glass.
Right. In that case, you're just scraped. Okay.
Mm.
What is so the consensus is you're going to grab gas and then do what? This is your car, is it not? How are you going to
No.
get out of here?
No. Put the bodies in the because you said the gas station was locked up and empty.
Yeah.
You can put all the bodies in there, throw some gasoline around, building on fire. We drive away.
To where?
I think that's what they need to talk out while they're putting the bodies in the building. It's like, Tony, you say you want to go. Where the fuck are you going to go that they're not going to find you?
Mexico, somewhere. Just get out of this fucking city.
You know they talk to the cartels in Mexico. They always have. You can't go down there.
Figure something out.
Why are you trying to get out? This life has been good to both of us.
Shooting friends, you call that good?
What? Tuki? Tuki would have taken you out too.
I think I'm just tired. Let's just wrap this up. Go.
I just want to make sure you've got a plan. Because I know you. And I don't want to have to be one of the ones that's got to go back after you.
It's been a long night. I'll sleep it off and I'll give you a call in the morning for the other side.
We still got a long drive back. Let's get these bodies in there and then you can sleep in the
No, he's gonna rat you out, don't you?
Is that the voice inside my head?
Yep. No, it's a person now. He's sitting in the passenger seat, kind of looking at his nails. It's the person you had killed. You just avoided death. You have a family, right? And you think it's going to stop with these two? I can give you a clean break. I think you know that.
How are you going to give me a clean break?
How am I talking to you right now? I could try
I know.
explaining, but I get the feeling that you're more interested in results. If you take these bodies and go back to your little life, you'll have what? One day that you can enjoy before you're either killed or you have to flee yourself. That's if Mr. The Nose, ridiculous name by the way, doesn't rat you out himself so that he can parlay his way out to freedom. You got no way out, Sally. And I think you know that. Not with the connections you have.
But from what you're saying, I'm screwed even if I did it, I'm screwed anyway.
Even if you didn't accept my help, you know that's not true. Not as much as you could be. He's a witness. He knows who you are, he knows where you are, he knows what you're going to do. You remove that witness, then you've got a whole stretch of time where you're dead. And you can stay that way. And I can help. But he
What, you're saying,
for both.
so you're saying like there's some sort of witness protection bullshit?
If that's how you want to look at it.
What do you get out of it?
I don't make a habit revealing my hand to people that are desperate, generally speaking. So, you can take my offer in good faith, or you can trust your gangster friends. That's worked out so well for you so far. I will say this. As far as what I need, I promise I'll go into detail. And then you can make up your mind from there. I just need a little piggyback.
What do you mean by piggyback?
Why? Are you curious?
I want to know what I'm getting myself in for.
I'm sure you do. Unfortunately, I need guarantees about your loyalty. You get rid of him, and then we can have a conversation.
What's Mikey doing? Sorry, not Mikey. So what's Tony doing? Conversation in my head is happening.
To be honest, I think this would be the point where you're just driving again. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Or beginning the point of driving.
Mm.
Whichever you'd prefer.
Flames in the background
Yeah.
as we drive off into the not sunset. Okay. And Tony's still awake at this point.
Yeah, he's not doing great. I mean, no, you're both actually doing fine. Like you're both,
Better than expected.
No, first shit up together. We're good.
Trying to decide what I want to do.
It's a question of what you think Sal's priorities would be. Because one thing that is absolutely true is that you don't know what Tony will do once you are separated.
Yeah.
And he is not wrong about the fact you do have an opportunity to be dead. So the question is, how much do you trust Tony? And if you think you can, then you can go and you're merry. But today might have taught you a different lesson.
Sally knows though, that the best way to keep a secret.
Yeah, that's my point.
Something with one person.
Yeah.
And
I said this person, you think his name was Alejandro? Maybe? Or maybe? No. How do you know that name?
I think Sally's most important thing to him is family. And the protection of his family is going to rise above all else. He'll do everything he has to and more. Doesn't matter how low or how high he has to go. And that means killing someone who is, his friend, maybe even his protege over the years. So, yeah, I think.
How would you go about doing this? Would you wait until you've jumped out to bury the rest of the bodies?
Well, we left the bodies in the gas station to burn.
Ah.
Mm.
Okay.
And we're now in the car.
Now, I have a question because this is important. Bodies, all of them?
Yep.
Including the one you originally had in the boot?
That was the idea, yeah.
Then I will add to this because this is important. That's why he's talking to you right now. Yeah, okay. So he's under a little bit more time pressure. Okay. So I'm going to rewind the tape a little bit and he will just go, I either need you to take care of him now or I need you to let me in Now, I'll be clear, I can technically just move in, but I quite frankly think we have more in common right now in that we have a limited window than we have in differences.
Sally's going to ask or say, if you leave my family out of this and do what you can to keep them safe after we're dead, I'll let you in.
I need to be let in now if you plan to burn my body, my love.
That's the deal. Family protection.
I'll do more than that. I promise you, they will want for nothing as long as we're together.
All right, then. You can come in.
And Tony, you definitely notice now that you've burnt all the bodies. Tony's acting a little weird. Now, technically, you've let him in, but I think that Alejandro would have a score to settle with the guy who killed him. Not in a this is revenge kind of way, but in a that pissed me off and annoyed me kind of way. You can feel these emotions in your body, Sally. This is immense power at your fingertips, and you get the impression just as you're going through the same library of facts that Alejandro brings to your mind, he has been hopping bodies for a long, long time. It's why he had the connection to the unique drug that you found. It dates back centuries. Nick, we are in a interesting position here. What I need you to do first is make a psychology check for me. I didn't expect this to be quite this way, but here we are. Normal, like I was expecting one person to be left alive and then this to happen, but here we are.
Hard success.
Okay. You can see that what color is Sally's eyes? Pickles?
Like regularly or now?
Regularly, normally.
I'd say just like probably brown eyes.
Okay then. You notice that Sally's eyes are the same, are brown like you remember them, but they were a kind of dark, muddy brown. And now they're almost hazel. And you see Sally sort of like paying attention to their appearance in a way that you haven't really seen him do very much before. He takes pride in his appearance, but this is like he's like grooming himself, kind of like a peacock, trying to get himself like all like as best as he can. And he like has a button open, and you've never seen him do this. He like does it up. He's like, that's ridiculous. So you've passed the psychology check. Now, what I think this is going to mean for the purposes of this is you have a bonus die to your power roll. And I'm going to get you to make it now, please. And Pickles, you may roll the D100 for me as we cast with a limb.
So, am I rolling against anything specifically, or just a
D100, and I'll tell you whether it's a success or not.
Okay, that is 60.
60. Okay. Which means... Okay, so that would be a regular success. What did Nick get for his POW check, please?
You're at 86.
Jose? Failure. Okay, alright. Okay then. Yep. You take, Nick, Tony, 7 points of damage as you begin, like, you as you're about to pile into the car, Sally's head kind of whips towards you, and he goes, "That hurt." And he grabs your face. And your face begins to crack and wither, and ash begins to fall underneath your face. It is your turn again. I need you to make a sanity check for one thing. And player go to the dark side on a stream. This is fun. Yes?
That's a success.
Success. Okay, so you will only... I think this is still an extremely, like, sanity-inducing roll. So what we're going to do is, chat, can you please give me a roll of a d6, exclamation mark, roll space 6. First come, first served. Can you please make an intelligence check, Nick, as you lose 5 points of sanity? Out of madness. Fail. Damn. Okay. So you lose 5 points of sanity. There should actually be, now that I think about it, because we've lost a fair chunk of sanity at this point. I just wonder what the threshold is. Give me one moment, because I'm always having trouble remembering how that works. Sanity. It doesn't say. That's all right. Cool. So we're just going to keep going. If you take another big chunk, then I'll say maybe it's time for indefinite insanity. But you get your turn. What would you like to do? You are extremely freaked out and terrified.
I'm just going to draw and pump the last 3 shots I have in my gun just straight.
Okay. So you had no idea. Well, you did. No, you did, but you didn't. So I'm going to say the first one is a penalty die, because you're getting your gun out for, like, you had no idea this was, like, coming in a physical attack kind of sense. And then the next 2, unfortunately, will have 2 penalty dice. So you're just trying desperately to grab your gun and go bang, bang, bang. It's not easy.
The first one's a success. Failure. And a success.
Okay. So roll your damage. Let's see what happens.
Total of 8.
8. You still up? Pickles?
I'm still up. Not by much. I have
Okay.
3 hit points left.
Another power check from both of you, please. So just roll a d100, Pickles, and Nick, you're rolling against your power.
That's 40, Jack.
40. That would be a hard success then.
Ooh.
You need to get a hard success in your power, Nick.
Yeah, hard success.
Okay. Also, you lose, Nick, 18 points off your con. So technically speaking, that means that you succeeded. Which means that you get another shot. How much ammo do you have left? You've used... Oh no!
Yeah, I go to fire and it's just click, click, click.
Okay, one more pow check. One from Piggles and one from Nick, please. Holy fuck, no!
That is 33.
Hard success. Oh no. It was so close. Oh, I feel bad for you. That was so close. Okay. Tony. I don't know if you're ready to call him your boyfriend yet. But the man you were seeing, what was his name?
Sebastian.
As your eyes begin to roll up into your head, mercifully, as you begin to wither away, you remember a conversation, more of an argument, where he said to you, "Please don't." We can go now. Why are you going again? What do you say? As you walk out the door.
Just one more. And they'll have enough, and we'll be safe.
And you just hear him say, "No." And he grabs for you. And you shrug past him. And you grab for your jacket. And he tries to grab the jacket. And you pull it out of his grip. And he says, "No." And you gently close the door behind you. You hear, "No!" You hear something smash against the wall. But as you grab your stuff, jingle your keys, and get ready to meet Sally, you know this is for the best. Just one more time. That's where we're going to finish for today. Excellent work, everybody. So, with that, we're going to take a second. How is everyone doing? Everyone okay? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
My character is an evil entity. It's amazing.
We'll get to the epilogue. The epilogue is this. Depending on what Sally would do, and it's a question, you can either let him piggyback into someone else, and he will do you the favor of somehow making these people invisible. Just undetectable as you get into a car and begin to make your way. But he says to you, "You can have your cake and eat it too, friend."
Because he did that, like, while he was with me, my family would be okay. I haven't forgotten that.
Okay, then.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yep. He
In that
stays.
case-
There's just maybe a little negotiation for when there's some private time between me
Oh, sure.
me and my wife, Gina. Gina's naked body is
And cut on that because yeah. Thank you very much for playing. Viewers, thank you very much for watching. Let's quickly go into the debrief, and let's start with Nick. Nick, thank you very much for playing. Who did you play today?
I played Anthony Tony DeNose Novenzano.
What was your secret?
My secret? I afraid of my associates finding out that I'm gay. And I'm also an informant for the FBI.
Which is what he noticed in the gas station, a payphone, because he missed his call with his handler. So Sally, very bad timing jumping out when you did. But that's the story. David, who are you?
I played
Would you like to still? Who did you play? Yep.
So I played Mike Caruso, and my secret was that Mike Caruso never existed. I was actually Vincent DeMarco, who was an undercover cop for the NYPD on a sting operation, hoping to find the source of the parakeet drug and life.
Incidentally, just there for a drug bust, and people liked you enough that they're like, "Oh, see how far you can get," and you got bloody. You were so close.
So close to the source.
Yep.
And that was the reason I didn't shoot Sally. It was like, if I could take Sally in, I'd have the one who knew where the drugs are coming from and could resolve that. So that's why I made the call not to just open up and
I agree.
reveal myself then.
Totally.
Anyway, the only thing I'll shill all the historical and heritage work I do under Tales from Rat City, and check out my Call of Cthulhu adventures on Drive-Thru-RPG with the Miskatonic Repository.
Absolutely. We have also played one of his adventures, which you can check out on the YouTube. !YouTube. I'm not sure if you knew this, Pickles. Chaos and the Chiapas. He's the author. Yeah.
That one was fun.
That was actually the product of us getting diverted on a bus drive in the Chiapas, where a 4-hour drive took like 9.5 hours, and we were bored and started talking to each other on the bus, and there it became.
Yeah. Jack mentioned that it was based on real life. Rad in the chat is just saying that she loved that game. Rad was wonderful in it. Nick was in that too, and was playing our favourite couple who we were there to celebrate the wedding of, and has some wonderful cinematic moments. It was great.
Yeah. What was funny is Jazz and I were actually shipping those two on the bus, the actual people they were based on.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's true. Because I think the wedding we made up.
That was actually
we made up the
my partner and I were shipping those two.
That's crazy. Hey, we just made that up as a reason for them to be there, but that's fucking funny, dude. That's so weird. That's so weird. Oh, I'm into it though. That's great. Vixen's just like, huh? Cool. Piggles, who are you? Who did you play today? And anything you want to shill? And what was your secret?
Okay, hi folks. I'm Piggles or Pigalek, and I played Sally P, the drug kingpin for Parakeet. In New York City, who accidentally pissed off a rival crime boss, which is why there was a hit put out on him by his own crime boss, but was trying to get out of that particular thing and make it good with his own boss. Not maybe sort of successfully, but now with some sort of eldritch being in there.
Oh, you can take your revenge, baby. I assume that's first on the list.
Yeah, very likely. You know, gotta keep the fans safe. And if Maria's alive, and if she's not, there will be
everyone's fine. They weren't going to take it out on the family. It was meant to be a clean kill. The fact that you had Tony with you was not in the plan, and so everything happened the way it did. So there you go. What was your secret?
That is a good question. Actually, I didn't work that out reading through all the things.
Oh, right. Well, actually, no, you kind of really didn't have one. You were just kind of like there and present. And that, I guess that, like, the thing was just kind of contention on your end. Good to know. Vixen, who are you? Who are you playing? And what was your secret, if any?
Hi, I'm Veronica, also known as TurquoiseVixen. I was playing Tiki, a lovely hitman, totally sweet. He was made for this world.
Great.
Yeah.
And yes, as for me, you can support the channel by heading over to our YouTube, as well as our Discord if you don't already have it. And last I checked, the website was down, but in case they have it back up, you can also support the channel by using the code YONDER. That's YONDER, and heading over to Reckless Creatures. They have a bunch of awesome heavy metal rock and roll shirts that are tabletop RPG inspired. You can use the code YONDER. That's YONDER, named after my Pulp Cthulhu cowboy show Trouble Over Yonder, which is season 2 is in the works. You can use the code Yonder for 15% off any order. That's any amount of items, that 50% off the lot. So thank you very much for watching. We're going to find someone to raid now. As always, the most important thing you can do while you're alive is to be kind. So hold on to that kindness just a little bit longer as we find someone to raid. And who is online? We've got a bunch of people online. You know what? I didn't say I would, but Josh mentioned it. So I'm going to do what he predicted I would do, because I'm a nice guy. And we're going to raid Corsair's Cove. Corsair's Cove are the people I do Dungeons & Dragons with on Mondays, where I play the Batman now, because he's 18, Batman Cleric. Batboy Cleric sounds more fun. In the final season of Curse of Strahd, where we're going to tackle Castle Ravenloft, and I rolled a 1 on my Divine Intervention, which means that we have a sunny day, completely devoid of any vampire interference, as we scout the castle, which is huge. If you know the game, if you know that campaign, that is a huge deal. So we're very excited to revisit that on Monday. And if you have them, you can use the Shez Pirate raid emotes, which is named after my cat, who is a guest star of the channel on occasion. And all your favorite raid emotes, whatever they are, hoist them high. Thank you very much for watching. As always, people can like you exactly as you are, and you matter. Thanks for being here. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.